Good morning and welcome to Blue Garden Cottage. It's lovely to have you along with us. If you haven't visited this channel before, I'm Cindy. This is our suburban permaculture homestead, a frugal one, on the way to being a proper eco one. This week has been one of make, do and mend for a huge amount of things. I started off this week by clearing out the potting shed. That was one of the tasks for this week. It was clearing the potting shed and sorting the seeds. And I spent Monday sorting out the potting shed, along with running a few errands as well. So I made a start on that, but didn't get to quite finish. Obviously, it's much better already. And essentially, I could just start sowing seeds. But there's a few more sorting out bits that need to be done. That has to wait till another day, because since Monday until yesterday we had a horrendous storm. It was not so bad early in the week. It was mostly heavy rains, cold, and then a lot of wind, gusty winds. But yesterday was the worst. It must have been the straw that broke the camel's back, I suppose, as far as the storm goes, because we had an absolutely awful hailstorm that lasted quite a few minutes, really, longer than usual, and it looked like it had snowed, but within 2 hours it had all melted and gone away. Still, it was a lovely day, especially when I sit down and think about all the things we've been able to achieve this week. There's some of the threads there. Look, this is a lovely cowl that a friend gave me for Christmas, and it had, because it's such a loose knit, fingernails had pulled loads of threads all over the place. So I got my crochet hook out and pulled the threads through to the back and threaded them away. So obviously I've missed a bit, so I'll have to put my crochet needle right there. So I'll put that in there, so remember there's a thread there to do. So yeah, I got that out, and while we were getting the car seat out of the loft, I went looking for the covers in the cupboard, but all I could find was the seat and the headrest cover and not the backrest. So I had to make a new one. So I showed you there, I had fabric in the cupboard. It's for my granddaughter, so I thought the pink one would do fine. I made a new backrest. I'm not going to make a cover for the whole thing. It'll last her a few years and it's fine, easily washed. So I made a car seat cover for that. And while I was looking for the car seat covers, I also found a bag of wool. So I thought, because I've got my crochet needles out, I might as well start crocheting. And I started on a scarf. Hubby said, "Oh, is that for me to go with my hat?" "Yes, dear, it's for you, my lovely." Well, it wasn't going to be originally. I was just crocheting because I had wool and I needed to use it up and get rid of stuff out the cupboard. But now, of course, it's for you, my darling. So it goes with his hat. So he will wear that while out. That's great. I get to make something for him. So I haven't crocheted for very many years, really. Last week I crocheted a few pot scourers, but I used the garden twine, and as soon as I wet it to use it, the smell that came off of it, because it was jute and it smells like it was chemically treated, so I have to wash and sterilize them to see if I can get rid of that smell and remove any chemicals. Otherwise they're going to be for scrubbing the floor. I didn't realize there must be chemicals in it to smell like that. It smells like a almost not fuel, but oh gosh, it's got like a mechanical kind of chemical smell, either fuel or grease or something like that. So I have no idea what it is, but it's not nice. So I'll sort that. That's my So there was the scarf, the wool, the car seat, and while I was clearing out, I found net curtains that used to be in the living room a very long time ago. Nobody likes nets anymore. It's just too busy. This is a very pretty net. So I wasn't going to chuck it out, and I wondered what I could do with it, because nobody else wants nets. They want voile or blinds or something like that now. And these are very pretty nets. So I thought, instead of going on windows, I will turn them into fruit bags to go and get my shopping, part of my zero waste journey. So I will make those bags to get the loose fruit, veg and anything else I can to go in there. So that will be great. That will go a long way to zero waste, both upcycling, recycling, repurposing, zero waste shopping. Quite a few blocks ticked off with that one. And of course I'd also completely moved all the furniture in the living room, apart from the computer. Even the table I moved to clean every nook and cranny and buy the skirting boards. So it was basically a spring cleaner. While I was at it, I moved the furniture so that the telly would be in a better position. Oh yes, and today the fireplace gets done. It was supposed to be done last week, but the parts didn't turn up, and they're supposed to be here to do it by 8 o'clock this morning. Yes, it's not long gone past 5:30 in the morning now. That's why I'm not trying to speak up loud. But that gets sorted today. Woohoo! I can't wait. Very exciting. Oh, and we discovered from the guy coming to put in the fire, the wood burner and all the chimney stuff for us, that the wood, the surround we've got around it, is too close. We're going to have to move it. So when my hubby gets up this morning, he will take the wood off, and then when everything's put in, we will move it out, because it needs to be 40 centimeters away from the edge of the burner. And it's not quite, it's a bit less than that. So we have to move it outwards to make a wider surround around the fireplace, because that's the building regulations, the fire regulations, that any wooden surround has to be any flammable material needs to be at least 40 centimeters away from the edge. Well, that is going to go above the mantle, covering a mirror, because that is just too small. It was a bedroom fireplace surround. It was fine in the other house we lived in, because that was a smaller fireplace. This is a slightly bigger one, so it doesn't fit. I'm not going to get rid of it. We got it from a reclaimers. So finally, after 2 years of planning and clearing out and rebuilding it, opening up the whole, rebuilding everything and saving up, now we are ready to get that done. It's finally being done. Things take a bit longer here at Blue Garden Cottage because it's done on a very tight budget, and it has to be, just because that's the way it is. So finally things get done eventually. But that's not all I've done this week. So there's all the clearing out, the moving, the spring cleaning, the making and make do and mend bits. I also got to sort out my seed collection. Sorry about that. I only just realized after making that last video section that I didn't even have the microphone plugged in. It's one of those days. You have to excuse me. It's still very early in the morning. What are you looking at? All this mess? That is my seed collection. It looks a total mess. I saw a fantastic idea from Shay Elliott from Elliott Homestead on YouTube for boxes, plastic boxes with photo boxes set in. And I looked on Amazon to see how much they were, and for us they're like £25.99, and that's just for 8 boxes. Now, would this fit into 8 photo boxes that deep? No, I think I would need at least 3 of those boxes for all my seeds. and that is not on the budget. So for now I will stick with empty supplement tubs and old sugar coffee in them tins, the canisters that a friend gave us, and they have all got different lots in. So this one is the specials, that's got like the quinoa, the scorzonera, things like that, the odd stuff, my rooibos tea seeds, the guava seeds, things like that, and everything else like this is all this isn't salad because I took the salads out, there's too many. What was in here? There's more other stuff in there, I can't remember what's in that one, but each one there's a tin with all the onion seeds of every variety, from spring onions to proper onions to leeks, and all the brassicas. Then there's herbs, then there's all sorts of, no, the herbs are moved into there with salads, into that thing. Over here are all the flower seeds, so I've got sunflower and lavender seeds all in there, basket seeds in there, bedding seeds in there. These are all empty. No, that's not, that is more wildflowers and things that are homegrown seeds. Empty tubs here to fill when I get more, or when I've opened a packet and I need to seal them in an airtight container. I have got some more homegrown seeds here for the vegetables and some flowers, and then I've got all the other types of categories in these tins. So that was sorted. So I sorted them all out and I made these lists. Right, this sheet alone is for every flower seed that I have, and I've put the months of sowing, so February to July or whatever, whether it's March to May or February to March, all that I've put on every single one of them for the flower seeds. Then I made a list of all the vegetable seeds that I have, and then I separated them into months. So February sowing, March, April, May, all the way through to September, and then all the way back to January. Obviously there's only a few things you can sow here in our climate in the UK between October and January, but from February all the way through to September there's quite a list. So for me to be able this year to fulfill my plan of having things in the garden right the way through the year, I have decided I need to put it on a calendar. So I thought, oh, I better go get a calendar. And guess what I found while clearing out? I found a year planner. So that's going to go on a wall, and I will transfer all of these plants onto the calendar in the months they need to be sown, and hopefully that will help me to stay on top of getting things in the ground and having things in the garden all the way through the year, whether it be the cottage garden out the front with a few in the back, or the potager in the back garden in our veggie plot, where that is going to have stuff in all the way around, is by having a list and a wall planner. And I also found, while I was clearing out on the bookcases, this I had many years ago at the allotments, and I never used it. It's a garden diary. I used it as a garden diary. So it was back from 2006, was it? Yeah, 2006. Would you believe it? That's a long time ago. And I had this planner that I was going to use for the same purpose. Never did. So what I will do is I will stick labels over the dates, because obviously they're not the right dates now. Actually, I haven't checked. I better check, because some years go around, don't they? So I will check to see if it's got the same layout and it's just the year number that's different. If not, then I'll just put labels over the dates, and I'll put all of that information in here, and from here I will transfer it to the wall planner. so that I could keep an annual record. Then I'll do different years in different colors. So there you go. I found that more things I can use that include writing, and I love stationery and writing, as you know. Anyway, I put all of this stuff away in the cupboard under the stairs because they were outside in the shelves in the dark before, and of course the slugs loved eating anything that was open, and I didn't think that the weather out there would keep the seeds viable, even though it was undercover and in the dark. So I put these under the stairs, and then just when I did that, I discovered 2 more lots of seeds. I just bought those, but I discovered all of these that were homegrown seeds from last year. Some bergamot, some sage, some poppy seeds, Sutherland kale, winter lettuce, Brussels sprouts that stand up in the wind, corn. I wasn't even planning on growing corn this year, but I bought them obviously for last year. There's some rainbow quinoa, tomatillos, which I've always wanted to grow, a winter squash, a butternut, what else? Amaranth, more lettuce, and the quinoa. Yeah, so I had this, it was like Christmas, making these wonderful discoveries that I forgot that I had. So I'm very happy. It's actually been a very busy week, and I've got a load done. So right now, at this time of morning, I now have to go and edit this video. So it's time to be off now and get the day started. Whatever you're doing this weekend, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and something good to be grateful for. And I hope that you achieve something this week. If not, there's still time. Do remember to like, subscribe and share. Comment if you like as well. And I will be eagerly waiting to chat with you again next week to see what else we've achieved here at Blue Garden Cottage. Take care, my good friends. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.